Welcome back to another episode of Your Car Here. This time we have 3 more vehicles. 1 provided by Braeden and 2 more from Lykan Wolf. The car from Braeden is the Dietro 20, and it is a 1986 rear-engine sports car powered by a 24-valve 2-liter V6 making 150 horsepower, and it certainly looks good. Looks like a nice old-school sports car. The way the front lights are done, I really like the lights. The logo written at an angle is a very nice touch, makes it unique. And the bumper placement actually fits very, very well. This car is incredibly detailed all throughout. It just looks very good. So, okay, something. Whoops. The 2 vehicles provided from Lykan Wolf, once again, are the Paradox Bramble SSR and the Magnus Bailey, I'm not sure how to say that, Essetry? I tried. The Bramble has a 5-liter V8 producing 239 horsepower and weighs roughly 3,000 pounds. And the Magnus Bailey has a 4.3-liter inline 6 producing 197 horsepower and weighing 5,100 pounds. The Paradox looking very sporty with many, what I presume is carbon fiber or just black painted. Looks like just black painted parts instead of carbon fiber. It looks very nice. Definitely a good sport edition of a car. And the Magnus Bailey, being a big ol' luxury looking car, definitely gives that good feel of a Cadillac. I mean, it's got all the nice hood detailing and just the detailing up the side. Clearly the doors open, was it scissor, I believe? Scissor doors. It's got the wheel covers and the nice big fins. And the exhaust coming straight out of the back of the car. That's interesting. Excellent detail. And it's a convertible, it would seem. So, with that, we all know what time it is. It's time to see how fast they go in a straight line and come to a complete stop. So let's go. Alright, so we are back to the parking spots after the straight line runs, and the Dietro can reach 122, which is a good showing. The Paradox can reach 133, which is fantastic, and the Magnus Braely reaches 95, which is to be expected from something that looks like you could just live in it. It is your entire house. Fantastic vehicles. So we're going to get these around a track so we have their times logged in. And you can even see the trail line from the Paradox because it has so much power. But yeah, we're going to get these around a racetrack and we'll see how they perform when it's not just straight line. So here we are on the West Coast the short track, short street circuit. That's what it's called. And we've got the Dietro up first, since the Dietro is more of a common car and not like a race car or a supercar, but it is a sporty car. Oh, that's interesting. Oops, got distracted by a weird bar of light that appears in the sky. Like, turn the camera at the right angle. Anyway, since it's more of a sporty car, but it's not the likes of a supercar or a race car, I figured we'd do a street type of course, but not the same one as all the more casual cars. So, here we are with the Dietro, and let's get this underway. This is going to be my second time driving around this course because I just drove something else around to make sure it was going to be a decent course for what I was looking for. So let's go. Now, being that this car is mid-engine, that does mean I have to be very wary of getting the back to slide around. Whew. I'll also note the first thing I drove around the course was not very fast. Getting a little bit sideways from that mid-engine. And we get some air. This is going to be a very good test of the brakes because not only are we carrying some speed going down there, but we also have to be aware of the fact that it is downhill. Alright, well, that's our requisite first try failure. So, let's try and do better. Okay, so for a first run around that car with an actual time, that was really good. That car, being that it's, rear engine, I really expected it to just want to spin around. But the way the brakes were tuned makes it so it kind of goes straight, which is almost its own issue, causing, understeer, under braking, but it does counteract the typical issue with a rear engine car. So well done on that. It also, even if it does start to slide, it gets very, very controlled, and you can carry a lot of speed. Though I carried a little too much speed jumping down the flight road or whatever, and thought we were gonna nail the walls, but it was well controlled, and the brakes did get it to stop before crashing. Very well done. I felt very confident driving that car, and that's going to be a very interesting car to see how it compares against some others. And when it comes to comparing it to others, what better than immediately having a car go against it? So we've got the Paradox is also going to go against it, because I feel like it's kind of a good muscle sporty car, which means we're going to see how it compares to the Dietro immediately. So let's get it underway. Now y'all know I really like wheel spinning, and this car gives you plenty of it. Ooh. Okay, well, that was a very dangerous ending to a first run. Alright, so I never really notice it when it comes to the straight line runs, but this car, as I've found out now, has ABS, and that is troubling when it comes to doing certain activities. For instance, driving it hard through a city street. Alright, so the very first vehicle we have going against the Dietro is the Paradox, and you can already see that that Dietro is going to be a good car to beat. The Paradox tried, and the Paradox has plenty more power and could and goes in a straight line faster, but the problem with it is the ABS limits how fast you can get into a corner, because ABS is a consistent thing. However, the problem with it is that it's very slow, so you need more braking space. So that's where some of it, you know, I either have to brake sooner or I have to just kind of let off the gas a little bit so I can get slowed down better. And then for whatever reason, and I'm not sure if it's something about the tires or the suspension, but the Paradox just could not grip the road as well. You could see a lot of times I would try and get on the gas and it would just spin and spin, or the back was bouncing. It was very, very odd. In a drag strip, I'm sure that car would be better, but in a racing situation, it just doesn't want to go as well as some other vehicles. And that Dietro definitely proves that it was it can handle a sports situation. Now let's get on to the Magnus. And here we are on a familiar circuit with the yacht called the Magnus. So let's get this rolling. Not expecting a whole lot out of it, but you never know. Maybe its consistency will push it through to the top. Well, as would be expected from a land yacht such as this, it's very lumbering around the corners. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking I'm in second when I'm actually in first. First is so much, like, it's not really long, I'd say, but it's definitely longer than I'm expecting it to be. It's long for an engine that tops out at 5,000. I'm not expecting it to do much better than 120, but rules is rules, so we're just gonna take it back and run it again. Okay, so I stand corrected. It did a bit better than 120. 116, which still puts it at the bottom of the list, slower than even my worst run. Well, not worst run with the Zacma, but the worst clock. But it is 2 seconds off the pace of that Shimizu sliding SUV, and 2.5 seconds behind the station wagon, the Zacma. It's definitely down the list, but a good showing. I almost expected it to be much slower off the, off the pace of some of these other vehicles. But it's only 6 seconds away from the Fora. These are all street cars though, so it is as expected. A big lumbering boat of a car does in fact get around the course, and I only shifted up into second one time. It's there's really not a whole lot to say, though it is quite a sight to be like power sliding a car that long, and decently controllably so. So great job on building a lumbering luxury boat. It's on point for that. And with that, we are done. See you guys next time. As always, if you want to see your vehicle in an upcoming video, the email should be popping up down below. Feel free to submit your vehicles there. I also have a Discord. It's on my About page. If anybody wants to join, it's kind of empty right now because I just made it. But I'm on there, so if you want to chat, you know where to find me. See y'all next time. Peace.